It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome back to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I'm Tyson.
I'm Joel.
And we're here for another weekly retro movie review. I'm 2 for 2.
Very proud of you.
I could keep rhyming.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
You got skills.
Normally, if you're new to this channel, just know that Joel and I tend to lean definitely more towards the horror genre when it comes to the movies that we recommend. We're both horror fans.
Not always, but usually.
This one is definitely, I think, in that thriller horror category. Interestingly enough, I think it was a made-for-TV movie to begin with. Obviously, you've seen the title by now, so you know what we're talking about. But this is one that probably slipped by a lot of folks' radar because it's not well known, and that is a freaking tragedy.
Yes.
I'm talking about 1985's Fortress. And the particular copy that I have is badass because my good buddy Joel put it in this sweet like display thing that if I could get it to work.
And you've got a transparent back so you could actually read the back.
Oh, did you do it on purpose?
Yeah.
You're the best. He thinks of everything. Look at this. So it's a little light up box that I can hang on the wall.
I may have been going through a phase of like making like weird light up
Dude, that's
box
awesome.
paper cut things.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Fortress, I'll read the back of the box and then we'll talk about it because we've covered this on Retro Movie Geek.
Yes, we did.
As well. So Fortress from 1985. 1 teacher and 9 students. Stalked by terror, Fortress is their lesson in survival. It is morning in the one-room schoolhouse in the Australian outback. The young teacher, Rachel Ward, Thornbirds Against All Odds. Rachel Ward is the actress. They don't give her character's name here, though, right?
That's weird. Yeah.
It is weird. The young teacher, played by Rachel Ward, calls her class to order. It is a day like any other until the unexpected occurs. 4 masked gunmen break into the schoolhouse, kidnap the teacher and her class, and transport them to the barren countryside. Terrorized and abandoned, the victims come to a shocking realization. Only they can save themselves from an almost certain death. Again, if you want a really in-depth analysis and discussion on this, go find the episode on Retro Movie Geek.
Yep.
Where,
that is not on the channel, the YouTube channel. That was when we were just doing audio. So you'd have to go to retromoviegeek.com, but it does exist. It is out there.
Go find. I mean, so we talked for like an hour about it, but for the purposes of this video, we'll kind of be quick here. I first saw Fortress when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
That's a little young, isn't it?
Way too young.
Way too young.
Way too young.
Yeah, because when you said it's a made-for-TV movie, that's a little bit misleading.
Australian TV, I feel like was a little like they weren't nearly as strict, surprisingly, as the U.S. Because there's some graphic, violent, disturbing things that happen in Fortress. But it's one of those I saw very young. There's certain scenes, certain parts of it that stick with me. We talked about this, the mask that the kidnappers wear and the little double-barrel shotgun. Like, I love that stuff. Especially because I think I mentioned this. We had the exact same like Father Christmas mask in our big Halloween box in the basement.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was running around as like a psychopathic kidnapper as a 5-year-old.
6 years old.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I hope you guys are insured.
But then like fast forward 25 years probably. Yeah. And I could not for the life of me remember this movie. I remembered certain parts about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but to even like get on there and Google and
well, first, if you remember the name Fortress, that doesn't even come up.
Oh, it doesn't even like associate.
Yeah, it's like you either get the most recent was a Bruce Willis when he did like that run of movies before he decided to retire, and then it was usually the one that comes up is the Christopher Lambert, Stuart Gordon Fortress from '92. That's usually the one that comes up.
So, I think I'm Googling things like, killers in Santa Mask. And then, of course, you're getting
all kinds of,
all the Christmas horror, which we've covered as well. Go find that stuff. But the point is, and it took a lot of work to, and this might have even been probably the early days of IMDb. So it was tough to find out the name of it. But when I finally did, Netflix had a copy. This is back when I was getting DVDs from Netflix. They had a copy. I got it. And upon rewatching it, I was like, what in the shit is wrong with my parents that they allowed me to watch this?
I just wanted them to grow up a little bit.
You know what it is, too? And I don't know how you feel about this. You've seen the original Last House on the Left, right?
Yes.
Minus the graphic sexual assault stuff.
Yes.
It has a similar vibe. It's like kind of gritty, like... Or maybe a better one is Hills Have Eyes. Like it's got that sort of like, especially because they end up having to become almost primitive in their reaction.
And that's the thing. Like even the non-violent graphic scene, it's still uncomfortable because you believe that
bad things are going to happen to the kids and her.
Just aesthetically, it's a greasy movie.
It's greasy like a you.
Greasy is a good word for it. Yeah, it's not full on like grindhouse sleaze, like that, but it like weirdly walks a line with that. Like it could be.
It's a good installment in that sort of Australian outback.
Yeah, Ozploitation.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
learned that term from my buddy Dave Becker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ozploitation. It's definitely an Ozploitation film. I'm sure Becker loves this movie.
Cast-wise, we talk about Rachel Ward.
Yeah, she's great.
What else was she in?
Against All Odds. I know you said that one.
And Thornbirds.
Which I never watched, but I know of it.
And I'm sure Peter could.
I'm sure Peter would tell us about Thornbirds.
If I remember correctly, he's a big Rachel Ward fan.
Stalker.
And the only other cast member that comes to mind is, oh my God, Vernon Wells.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right. Vernon
who we
Wells
established has an IMDb page. He's been in 15,000 movies.
Yes, he's a great.
From Mad Max to Commando to
everything.
Fortress.
Well, it was actually Road Warrior, right?
Road Warrior, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Not to correct you.
But I will.
But yeah, Vernon Wells, he plays, I think, the duck. He wears the duck.
Yes,
mask.
that's right. Yeah.
So I don't think you ever actually see his face.
No, I think you're right.
It's like the main guy, maybe, and I don't think you ever see Vernon Wells.
No, I think you're right. And it's funny.
Guys.
I think you told me about him being in it, and when we reviewed it, and it's like it's like I would forget because you don't see him, so it's like it didn't click. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, plot-wise, guys, it's just and this was true, right? You know, Australia was very like back in the day in America when you'd have a one-room schoolhouse, you know, and
especially in the outback, right?
Probably it's still like this. I don't know. Here we are, dumb Americans, acting like we know what we're talking about.
It's probably like if we do have any Australian watchers, like, yeah, guys, we still have like one-room schoolhouses in the outback.
But, you know, it was a very remote area.
It's 85. So. It's not like it's 19. It's not supposed to be set like 1920.
And that's the thing. You get so these kids when they're basically kidnapped. I mean, that's what the plot is. These people, you know, masked guys show up in a van, put everybody in. I mean, you've got everything from kindergartners to
there's all ages,
seniors in high school. You know
what it is? It's if you melded a home invasion movie with Lord of the Flies.
That's what we said. It's very Lord of the Flies.
And the ending of the movie is dark.
Yes, it is
in its own way. And I am here for it. I love the ending of this movie.
And we talked about this too. There's a couple little hints. Again, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just gonna say the title Beowulf. That you can really read. Probably too much into it, like I did, but I made some connections with the ending that I think I was really impressed with. If the filmmakers were intentionally trying,
and if they weren't, we'll give them credit.
If not, it was just dots that my crazy ass brain connected, and it just made the movie even that more awesome.
Now for the dumb question: how many takes?
Fortress is a five taper for me. This again is probably one of the best examples of C&D for me. The fact that I remembered it at such a young age.
True C&D is going to be for a movie like Dr. Giggles. This is actually a really good, like, I mean, obviously subjective, but by and large, I would argue.
But don't you ever find those movies that like you haven't seen in 30 some odd years? You're like, I can't remember the name, and you like dig and dig, and it's like a treasure.
Yeah.
And even if it's a piece of shit, just the fact that it had taken so long.
But I feel like if this had been really bad,
I've never worked harder to rediscover.
I've been there before. I've actually got a couple movies where I only like remember like a moment or a scene from it, and I know it had to be from a movie because I don't think I dreamed it. And it's like I've tried to tell you, hey, do you remember when blah blah blah? And people are like, nope, don't know what that is. That's the worst. But it's cool that you did figure it out. For me, it's a 4 taper. I love it. I think it's great. But I would, if I'm being honest, like when it comes, you know, I mean, I realized early in one of our earlier reviews, I may have given Dr. Giggles 5 tapes. What's wrong with me? But it's a 4 taper, meaning I'd be willing to pay a late fee for this one.
Yeah,
it's a great.
You do agree though that hell or high water, whatever it takes, and it ain't easy to track down.
Oh no, actually, is it on streaming at all?
It's not on streaming, but it may or may not be allegedly on our beloved YouTube. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe, but you know, probably not.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Don't even waste your time.
Don't even go.
Don't even waste your time.
Search for Fortress 1985 full movie.
Don't do it.
Plausible deniability.
But I will say that I feel like the VHS. There's no way this is on DVD, right?
I do not believe it is, because I wanted to. I say that out loud, and I want to feel like maybe it, but it may not be a U.S. release.
Either way, proof positive that VHS copies aren't real hard to find because we happen to have 2.
But to be fair, well, I didn't know about this movie. I think until I had heard of it, but I don't think I knew about it until you really started telling me about it. I want to see when I got to the there weren't a lot.
Yours is different. You got a pink, or is it just the light? Never mind.
Yeah. It was the light off the car.
Nice observational skills.
But yeah, it's not impossible to find. But again, let's just be honest, not a lot of people got their VCRs
Sure.
raring and ready to go. So, if you can get it,
It's a damn shame though. So let us know. That's your task as loyal mom and pop video shop patrons. Do what you have to watch this. 'Cause
it's a good movie. If you like a good thriller, Ozploitation, Lord of the Flies-esque movie.
This is one of those movies that if people caught this on HBO or whatever when it came out, they were going to talk about it around the water cooler the next day. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Great stuff. Cool, man.
I got nothing else.
All
right. Guys, thanks so much for stopping by Mom and Pop Video Shop and talking about the awesome movie that is Fortress. And in the meantime, remember at Mom and Pop's, our love of
Weird Science, which also has Vernon Wells as his
the
Road
guy from
Warrior.
Road Warrior.
You're
He's got a nipple flick. It never stops.
especially the nipple flicking.
Mom and Pop's Video Shop.